Thank you, Chair. The African Christian Democratic Party welcomes the merger of the Department of Trade and Industry, the Economic Development, as this has the potential to enhance capabilities, leading to a more efficient use of available resources. We note the allocated 2019-2020 budget of the Department of Trade and Industry at some 10.06 billion, and that of Economic Development at 1.05 billion. The ACDP concurs that the strengthening of intra-Africa trade and the promotion of economic integration must form a key part of the strategic objectives of the departments. Africa is set to become the next economic growth point after China, and the protagonist role of DTI in unlocking the potential of industry and business in South Africa is astronomical. The ACDP welcomes the comments made in the report of the Auditor General for the Department's 2017-18 financial year when he said, there is a growing trend, and I quote, there is a growing trend of clean audits within the department. However, Chairperson, in our pre-budget committee meetings, the ACDP, amongst the many concerns that we raised the concern that the audit outcomes excluded the entities of the South African Bureau of Standards and the National Regulator for Compulsory Standards. Had these two entities been included, it would have led to a different audit outcome. The ACDP will continue to monitor and hold these entities to account. The ACDP also raised its concern over the failure to fully implement our beneficiation policies. This against the backdrop that South Africa's total mineral reserves remain some of the world's most valuable, with an estimated worth of some 36 trillion in platinum, gold, iron ore, and coal. And that 36 trillion is some 7 times the value of our GDP. As a country, we are estimated to have the world's 5th largest mining sector in terms of GDP value. We cannot continue to be exporters of our precious raw materials and importers of finished products, thereby creating jobs beyond the borders of South Africa. We must move away from being a consumerist society to becoming producers and exporters of quality finished products. Beneficiation should not remain a tag, a policy, a dream. Beneficiation must become a reality. Failure to do so will relegate our some 10 million unemployed to the pits of despair and despondency. Failure to implement beneficiation optimally contributes to increased levels of poverty, inequality, and unemployment, leading to a stagnant economy with little or no local and foreign direct investment. Failure, Chair, to deal with corruption. Failure to deal with fraud, wherever it is found, is a crime in itself, because corruption hurts the poor. Corruption steals from the poor. Corruption destroys the poor. Corruption, if allowed to continue, will ultimately kill the poor. Those who are corrupt are the greatest enemies of the poor. If DTI wishes to realize its sustainable development goals of building resilient infrastructure and promoting inclusive, sustainable industrialization and fostering innovation, then it must be known as an implementer
Mr. Thring,
and not just
Honorable
a dreamer.
Thring.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.